What's up, y'all? It's Landry Ward, the Lone Star Kid. Before we get into the video, I just want to say been wanting to put out this fight breakdown content for a while, but haven't pulled the trigger because I don't have all the 4K cameras or the knowledge of all the technology and software to use. But figured, everybody starts somewhere, so why not here? And as we grow, I'll start putting out better content, and the community can grow watching the content grow. So appreciate y'all tuning in. Let's get into the video. This is going to be Techniques and Tactics Episode 2. I'm going to be going over the Arnold Allen and Max Holloway main event from last weekend. So we're going to be going over a few key points that I think helped Max win, and then some adjustments I think that Allen could have made to change the tide in his favor. Let's get into the footwork of Max Holloway. Max did a great job with his in and out movement. Just pay attention to his feet here. Just very light on his feet, in, back out, and great side-to-side movement. Just continuously giving Allen a hard target to find and had him chasing him a lot of the fight. Look at that. Now let's look at what I think was a key factor in this fight. It's going to be the stance switches that Max Holloway had. Max would constantly switch his stances, and I think he picked up on a tendency Allen had where, as you see Max in southpaw with his right hand and right foot forward, Allen's going to tend to circle to that lead hand. And then Max sees it, switches back to orthodox with his left hand and left foot forward, and Allen tends to circle again towards that lead hand. Switches again, centers him up, and gets a hard kick off on Allen, but he continued this the whole fight. Now we're going to look at the defensive tendencies between Max and Allen. Watch Allen's feet here as Max rushes him. He's going to go back directly in a straight line, and that just keeps him right in front of Max to get some shots off. And then as soon as he's back in, he's coming back directly in on that straight line again, centers himself up for Max. Max changes the tempo and catches him with another combo. Now let's look at Max on the defensive. Can't really see his foot here, but if you look at the bottom right of the screen, his first initial step is going to be at a slight angle back, and that's going to help him, circle out and continue this angle to get back to the middle of the cage and eventually put Allen's back to the cage and take cage control back. Let's watch again here. Max just slides just out of range, circles to his left, gets right back to the center of the cage. Now another huge key factor Max played to in this fight was his distance management. He was using his jabs, his crosses, and a lot of side kicks to the leg to stay at his range and make Allen chase him for most of the fight. Watch here, as you look up top at the head, Max slides in with a jab and slides right back out at his range, staying long, right at the end of punches, sees everything coming, and just at a safe distance for almost all of the fight. Now let's take a look at Max's vision. When Max did get rushed, it was usually with Allen rushing him with some crazy combos, and he would take power off these strikes by sliding this back foot up and running into his punches. If you see when he lands this little hook on Max, but the feet, they're square. They're right in line with each other. No torque and not getting the full body into that punch. And Max has a jaw on him anyways, so going to be hard to put Max out landing shots like that. But let's let it play, and this is where his vision kind of came in. Even as Max gets a little clipped, he rolls right under this hook. The hand's right on the back of the head, doesn't connect on the chin. Max tries to get his own off, right in the pocket, sees the jab coming, slips inside the jab, and again, let's watch it slow. Look at this hand. It's going to land right on the back of the head, and it rolls Max out. Now, not saying that doesn't hurt, but you're not going to take a lot of damage rolling with it off the back of the head, and ultimately that's not going to put you out. Max did a good job with his vision. He was catching stuff off the hands, rolling with it, and he did get hit with some, but he was able to roll with most of the heavy shots in the fight. Alright, let's look again. We're going to look at the foot placement when punching. And this kept Max at a safe distance. You know, Max was using the switch stances a lot to confuse Allen, and he had Allen just throwing out of range. This is going to be the third combo of showing Allen that he continued to run in with his strikes. And I think that was just because of the distance that he had to cover. If you see Allen's foot about here at the bottom of the screen and Max about here, it's just a lot of distance that he has to cover to get to Max's chin and to land a strong shot. So he's running in with that back foot a lot. And this is very telegraphed. Max can see everything. Slides just out of range, gets that left hook off. Again, there's that hand, the vision to catch the punch. Look at Max's right hand. Catches the punch, slides just out of range of that kick. And back out, circling to the center of the cage. Now let's look at Max throwing. Max knows that he's at a bit of a distance because he uses this jab up top. 1, to measure his distance, and 2, to get Allen thinking high as he steps himself into range. Look at this foot placement. Right on top of his, right outside his, probably that far away from Allen's lead foot. Let's look at the feet here. Everything sits down on a hard cross to the body. And watch, just able to slide right back out of range. Not having too much of his weight falling forward, running like you see with Allen on his combos. Lands a hard combo, hard cross to the body, and bam, right back out of range. Alright, now we're going to look at some adjustments that I think Allen could have made during the fight. Some that even his corner was calling out, but he probably only did these about 3 or 4 times during the fight. And really it's just going to be sitting down on his counters. Let's watch it. Played this clip earlier. This is going to be his defense. You know, back in the straight line with a high guard. But he didn't do this enough. He did this, I think this was in the first round, and he didn't do this but maybe 4 times again after this. And just watch this. He's going to use his lead arm to parry the cross of Holloway as he just sits down on a hard overhand left. Just sitting in the pocket, waiting for that punch to counter on. You know, Allen's a powerful guy, so, you know, sitting in the pocket and sitting down on some counters so that he's not out of line with his footwork like he has been when he's rushing, just would have paid dividends for him in the fight. Even his corner, I think, was asking him to keep doing it, and I don't know what it was. You know, you are in there with a high-level guy like Max, but got to listen to the corner, got to get those off. Alright, now let's look at a tendency that Max had during the fight that I thought Allen could have picked up on. And it looked like he did pick up on it, but it wasn't until the 5th round. As you look here, you know, this is the first round. And Max probably threw this combo, I don't know, 10, 12, 15 times. And it was whenever they were in the open stance, which is orthodox on southpaw. Max is in the orthodox. He would throw that hard right kick to the body and follow it up with a fake kick and step into either punches, or he would step in with an elbow. This is going to be the 5th round. You know, I think Allen could have picked up on that and waited for him to step in and either do what he did here, and that's clinch him and grapple him. You know, try to tire Max out, or like he did on that overhand left that he threw, sit down, wait for him to step in and close the distance. You know, Allen wouldn't have to use his feet to close the distance because Max already, by stepping this in, is stepping and changing the distance, taking himself closer to Allen. But as you see here, he hits him with that hard kick, steps in, and Allen clinches him. But it's already in the 5th round. You know, when you're down 3 rounds, possibly even 4 rounds, you know, you just got to go for broke and start sitting down on the hard shots there. Realize that, you know, you're probably in a not finish or lose situation. But you know, otherwise it was a great fight. It was a fun fight to watch. That is not the last that we'll see of Allen. Holloway just kind of showed that he's still here, like he keeps saying. You know, Holloway's a guy, if you're gonna fight him, you got to take out his base. He's got a lot of movement, and you got to match his fight IQ. But no, it's not the last we'll see of Allen. They'll be back, and you know, I can't wait to one day run it with one of, if not both of them, down the line here in a few years. So looking forward to it. But guys, I'm gonna go back, take myself out. Y'all check out LoneStarKid.com right here. Please support the brand. Got merch up in there. Got these pullovers. Got some hats. Got it all in there. And other than that, please just like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Gonna be bringing some more content to y'all, some consistent content. And as the page grows, as the community grows, the content's gonna keep getting better, more high quality as I start to learn some more of it. But yeah, y'all like, comment, subscribe, and share. I appreciate y'all tuning in, and we'll see y'all at the next one.